I'm hoping they don't come for our walls. Please don't come for our walls. How are you doing and how have you been? My name's Tazastical. This is Rimworld. Let's get to it. So, I've got a coffee and I've had 2 cookies. Now I know what you're thinking. Tazastical, calm down. The YouTube life is going to straight to your head, and you know what, party people, you're right. I'm not humble enough. I'm not chill enough. So this might have to be the chill and humble episode that we will hope it will be. Nah, who would enjoy that? Anyway, we're on speed 3 because we need business. Now, this is going to be the most important episode yet of the colony. Do you know what? Something just made me check the growing zones then to just make sure, because I disallowed them last episode, so we make sure we get the drug fields up. These are all set for regrowing. God, I'm efficient. Look at this. I don't know what you party people complain about. I'm on top of everything. God. Orgasmic watching this gameplay. Orgasmic. So, the reason why it's the most important episode is because it's the one episode we're actually on top of everything. Moods are on top. We're on top of everything. We've still got to get the growing zones up, which is, you know, not too bad. I mean, we've got enough growers and stuff, so that's not a massive problem. Getting cleaning. Everyone's still locked inside, which is fine. Could be worse. But we're going to do a lot of skipping forward today. We're going to do a lot of progression because if the drug fields get down, then that gives us the ability to get all the corn up. And once all they are up, we are pretty much rock and roll. Now, why I say we're rock and roll, all we need to then do is get the better research bench. You know, really, that's all we've got to do. Stench just got hit by lightning, but that's fine. I'm in story time and I'm fed up of these subordinates not respecting story time. It's just disrespectful, do you know what I mean? And no one can be done with that, you know. I think these colonists have had a good life. I say with utterly no confidence. Look, even good for stenches. See, look, everything's happening on its own, party people. This is now a movie, and I nearly said George Foreman. What's his name? Oh my god. Michael Mack. No, what's his name? The guy with the freckles that does has like a I can't think of what his voice is. I don't know if you're from the UK, like David Attenborough, like I'm that sort of person. Like, oh, notice these colonists in their own habitat and how they. But no, schedules are on point. Oh, I thought that was the bugs coming down. Then I got nervous. So. Drugs and hill root is the main priority. We have a lot of corn and stuff obviously stockpiled, so we don't need to worry about that too much. The priority is to get hill root up because we don't want a situation where we don't have hill root and we all get ill. That would be devastating. Yeah, you milk that cow, Spencer. Oh boy. Let's be honest, it's a good time to be in the colony. Obviously, Smarty and Stench is down. Stench just went down just a minute ago and Smarty's been down for the start of the episode. Not to worry. And there's a little bit of corn laid, so it's not too bad if we don't get it up straight away, obviously. As schedules mean production is lax, but moods are high. I think we value that more from what I'm hearing in the comments. I think we're valuing, you know, the better moods rather than, you know, accepting a little loss of production over happier people. I think we can all accept that that's king. Have we still got the 3 growers? I'm just debating whether to swap people's so not everyone rests at the same time, but I don't know if that's productive or not. Are you feeding that to the cows? Right, how do I stop that? Like, why are you feeding them fine meals? Like, really? There must be a way. Just gonna keep madly clicking on everything. I don't know. Okay, just ignore it. Just wasting fine meals. It doesn't bother me at all. Stench is back to full health. Nice, nice, nice. Good is sleeping. Obviously, Good's got a different work schedule to everyone else, so that's not too bad. Just making sure my timer was on. I done that on a past episode. I think I got 10 minutes into an episode. It was actually really good. Probably like the best thing. We were getting like really good stuff drop to us. Really good events. We actually got a trader. I was jamming. And then something in my head said, just check the recording. And I paused, windowsed out, and I could have cried. And then I didn't play Rimworld for a couple of days. I always try and get like one episode ahead of myself just in case anything happens with like internet and stuff like that. That's why sometimes in the videos I address comments like a couple of days afterwards. Because I'm a stay-at-home dad and stuff, the overdose Spencer, please don't die. The chance that I have to record is limited and sporadic sometimes. So I have to obviously like take it when I can, which isn't, you know, isn't complaining, just letting you boys and girls know. I wouldn't say we're at the finish line, but Jesus, are we actually preparing for it? Now, I did have to stop all the mining because of a lot of our characters with our religion were getting super, super upset and it was stacking quite high. That being said, we have components here. Let's mine them. I'm hoping there's going to be more behind it. That would be really, really nice. But, you know, beggars can't really be choosers. Luckily, Spencer's jumping straight on it. That's what I do like when we're obviously locked inside. Okay, more of the drugs are going up. I thought that was the bugs moving. Once the drugs are mostly up, then I'll start allowing other grow zones. But I think this is going to be the way forward with harvests. Just disallowing grow zones and allowing certain ones. Because at least then we can make sure the most important things are up. And we can see, like, because otherwise they'll do a bit, someone will do a bit here, someone will do a bit here, and then nothing really goes up. Drugs are still the priority, but everything else is getting done. Stomp can, oh no, Smarty's still down and out. I think once Smarty gets up and is able to actually help us, I think it's the addiction. Okay. Colonist needs rescuing. That should get done on its own, I'm hoping. Withdrawal. Have we got no flake? We have got flake. It's obviously just not hitting their schedule to use it. Spencer, please, please. You're praying. Don't pray for Stench. Help Stench. You're right there. There we go. One component. Oh, and we've got some more. Nice. This is important. Just because stuff like components we've... I wouldn't say we struggled with. Like, we've wasted a lot. And when I say that, it's our wind turbines. Like, the amount of times these wind turbines have got down because them pesky bugs have got into our base has been absolutely crazy. But, hopefully, no more. You know, we've got the gist of our defence up. So I'm hoping we should be good. Just making sure they're allowing rotting corpses. We did get a negative mood modifier because one of our calves died. Sadly, sadly. Yeah, Smarty is the last piece of the puzzle because once Smarty gets up and Smarty cooks, Stomp can go back on construction. And then we are laughing. We are really laughing because we've actually got 175 limestone blocks ready to be chucked into our defence, which is brilliant. Good tries to convert Stomp. We need to get Spencer back on conversion, but I just want a couple of days in-game where we're just living our best life. I assume these flake don't need no. Just making sure they didn't need to be refrigerated or anything silly like that. Like, I know it sounded silly to say out loud, but it was just one of them things that I had to check. Okay, can we... Like, what research have we actually done yet? Have we done any, like, gun stuff? We have. So an LMG... See, that's not what we want. We want a sniper rifle, and that's precision. We want a couple of people with sniper rifles. Now, normally on a kill box, obviously, it's not really a kill box, but it's how I'm going to keep calling this. Now, normally you want fast firing, most damage, and it doesn't really matter about range. But with this colony, we actually want range, because a lot of what we do is break sieges before they happen by just keep shooting them and bring them back to the bugs. Again with sappers. Now, someone left a comment saying, what's the point of kill boxes in 1.3? Because a lot of people are seeing in 1.3 they break like walls and stuff. Well, the glorious thing about this kill box is we don't need to worry because we just need to aggro them towards us and near the bugs. And then they'll go fire at the bugs automatically because the bugs are a, like, natural enemy, if that makes sense. So if the AI goes near them, they'll naturally go over to try and destroy them, which... in our situation is not only funny and hilarious, it's just easy. Which, let's be honest, out of all my gameplay, I always look for easy options. Lots of components. Got 5 components out of that. We still do have ship chunk parts. Right. Oh, I was just about to say rescue the cows, but can you prioritise putting out the fire? That would be nice. Okay, can you prioritise... Just because it's near the cows, I don't want the cows to get hurt. Because they're our holy animal, we get a -5 modifier if they die or anything like that. Cool, cool, cool. We will put a dining room up here eventually. Okay, that growing zone is done. So cotton is next. Hill root is done. So the next growing zone will get sorted is the corn. And how much food? Let's just look in here. So if you... I think what happens, so I only found this out like a couple of episodes ago, but if you double click something like this corn, it will select everything automatically. That is corn that your screen is looking at. So we can see here 1,526. On top of that, we have 37 milk. So we're getting incredibly close to getting rid of the rice field. I would move the cows over here, but what we've seen is sappers love this corner. Sappers aren't generally going to hit us from this direction to hit the corn, because they're to hit the cows, because they're going to be lured down by the bugs, which is cool. Deadly complex raiding. We just don't have the stuff at the minute. The only bad thing about this kill box is we haven't obviously been able to get as much gear out of raiders as we would have liked. We haven't been able to get the gear out. We haven't been able to get the weapons out to be able to truly like upgrade our colonists. So we are weak in that aspect. And as I've been saying for the previous episodes, obviously we want to get to the point where we can raid these camps with 1,000 steel and stuff like that. Like the same point, we want hauling animals or pack animals that we're going to keep as well and feed them. Obviously, that relies us to be making food on a constant basis, which, again, we're not doing. Smarties looks like going to be down and out for quite a while. I think it's because of her withdrawal. Because if a person gets ill, this is my only sort of complaint or something I wish you could change. So if someone gets ill, hurt or whatever, and is bedridden and can't walk, and they have an addiction, the addiction will get to the point of withdrawal. So you can heal their first injury, but then they can't walk because of their withdrawal so bad. And then obviously they're not getting drugs, blah, blah, blah. But you should be able to administer them, I think. I'd laugh if someone like, I'm done with this series, and then someone messages. Actually, you can. A mechanoid cluster, but as we've spoken before, mechanoid clusters help us rather than hinder us. Boy, is that a big one. Okay, that's going to kill all the plants. Okay, I'm hoping it's going to stop around here. So like this one here, they have got an initial or a maximum range, and this maximum range is about here. So I'm hoping their maximum range is going to be about there. It's going to kill obviously a lot of trees and make us unhappy. But in the grand scheme of obviously what we're trying to do here, it's not terrible, but not great. So we're going to click on that turret. Everyone panic. The good thing is they're really close to the bugs. So if the bugs get aggro, instead of them running across our base like this, they're probably going to run straight across over there. Because the only problem we have with our defense is when the bugs come all the way over here, and then they de-aggro here, sometimes they can wander and get trapped in our walls and then mine. We could wall all this off. And saying this out loud, I think we might do that. So what we could do is potentially put like a separator. So the bugs, but then again, we're going to have to separate this whole thing, aren't we? The problem is what do we do with a raid? If we get sappers that come in from here, what do we do? Because then they're sort of locked in to attack us. Yeah. Maybe, I don't know. Yeah, you have to be careful with this kill box because obviously we could make mistakes like that and actually cause us more trouble than, or more problems than it's actually worth. So that's why I sort of do second guess myself a lot with this kill box because I need to, and I think it's like when you play a game, you have to get out of the mindset of like, or just build some walls and some turrets, because you've got to adapt to the game you're playing, and just putting 1 or 2 turrets up in Rimworld doesn't work. You have to adapt. Like, I know the creator of Rimworld says he doesn't like kill boxes and stuff like that, but on harder difficulties, you will just die. Because the game is very, it's all on chance, so you have a chance to shoot, a chance to be hit and stuff like that. The chances of just being killed in firefights, because it's a chance and not a guarantee. It's like XCOM, when you get a shot that's like 99% you still miss. You're just like, okay. Alright, just need this cornfield up. 7 components. Pretty baller. I'll just expand this zone and then there. Ta-da. There we go. So we got some components, which is beautiful to say the least. Is there anything else we need to be doing? Like, I don't really think so. Like, it's just waiting for Smarty to get up, and then Stomp can go back on construction, and then we are literally wetting ourselves. Now, we will have a flake shortage. Is that all we've got for flake? Jeez. Okay, this is bad. I still think eventually I might actually extract these trees now. I think we are going to turn this into a drug production room where we can get 2 tables, one that's making flake all the time and one that's making smoke leaf, because eventually, obviously, we want loads backlogs so we're not having to make them every day. Have got a flake shortage that's about to happen. And none of our flake is, like, due to be... No, this is smoke leaf. Flake is here. So it's at 40%. Okay. I mean, what can we do in this situation? Are our drug fields really not big enough? That's what it seems like. Which I always think it's crazy, because... Yeah. Okay, whatever. Right, so the cornfield is going nicely. Like, I think what I'm going to do, so if I go plan, because we're going to turn this, I thought we were going to turn this into a cornfield, but what if we turn this into drug production? So that's a 12 by 13, 12 by 14. So remove one of them. No, remove. So that is now a 11 by 14. So what's the gap? It's a 3 gap. So move that. I shouldn't have done that. I should have went. Added one there. Added one there. 2 gap to stop the disease spreading. Although it seems to still spread over 2 things. Okay, so that's a 12 by 14. How much more would that give us than what we've got? So we've got a 19 by 7. I mean, it's not small, is it? But yeah, I think that's the next play. Extend our grow zone. It makes me nervous, because then if sappers and attackers come this way, though, that's the problem. We're trying to build our base, so if sappers or attackers hit us from any direction, we can lure them to the bugs. We're going to fall into a problem where if we get attacked by this side, we're going to be in a lot of trouble. Because luring them to the bugs gets harder and harder. But we do need another growing zone. That's... Because then we can turn this into corn. That can go all into hill root. That can get demolished. So then we can have a bigger animal zone. So I like that. It's just this is going to make me incredibly nervous. But we're going to extend it so this has a hospital in eventually. Well, I say hospital. Let's be honest. It's going to be a hospital / prison. Like, if we want anyone. Ambrosia Sprout. We're not really interested. We're just sort of staying in our walls at the moment, making sure our base is fine, because you know what this series has been about. It's been about us. No one else. We don't help people. Ugh. Ugh. We don't help people. Jeez. Go on speed 1. What is Stomp's problem? Like, you're withdrawing from everything. Are you sleeping? Okay, you're sleeping, so your mood will go up. Yeah, the flake is going to be a problem. I thought we were going to get on top of everything. Can we harvest any of this yet? No. Okay. Like, we just need Smarty. If Smarty can get up, then Stomp can start building all this. So that being said, what we can set up for next episode is what parts of the wall do we want to prioritise? Well, I mean, all of it would be handy. So let's cancel some of this double walling. Because it's not massive priority for the moment. Because that's defence. We do need to... Problem is, all our stone is going to go on that. We do have to double wall that bit, because if the bugs come through... If the bugs get really angry, they can potentially mine into, like, our production room incredibly, like, quickly. But then what we want to set up is obviously our new growing zone. So build a wall. Right, we're going to have to destroy that. So that's what we need to do next episode, is probably destroy that. Which is fair enough. Yeah, it's all on Smarty, really. Like, we've made a lot of progress. Obviously, everyone's going to be getting flake withdrawal, which isn't brilliant. So how much... How do I see... Which button do I want? It's this one. Okay, so we've got 248 smoke leaf leaves. So it's probably just as well we did swap the flake to the technically bigger zone. Flake is getting made like there's no tomorrow, but... Yeah, okay. Yeah, still work to done. Like I always say, like, you know, this is probably the catchphrase of the series, like, we're always close and there's always just one thing that holds us back from, like, unleashing our ultimate potential. Like, you can't tell me if Smarty was up right now, we wouldn't be thriving. Like, that is going to be massive for the new drugs. It's going to be massive. Massive for us as a colony, do you know what I mean? Cornfield is nearly done, which is actually really cool. Which then, when the cornfield is done, then good doesn't need to sit on growing either. We've got a raid to end the episode with. Well, they're getting bigger, aren't they? 11. They should just run up to them. Are they preparing? I never check properly. I just sort of click off. They're attacking immediately. Hopefully they should go up to the mechanoid cluster, which will actually be really good because we would actually get a mood boost through them defeating it. So that would actually be really tasty. They're not going my favourite way to the bugs because they'll go up the top of our base. And I don't like when the bugs get caught up there, like we said earlier. But a little mood boost is probably just needed, considering a lot of us are going to have a few breakdowns because of, obviously, lack of drugs. We've got low medicine, by the way, party people, just in case you didn't know, so we're going to have to be careful of that. Boom, baby. Right, so pause that, just allow all that. We get a bit of plasteel for our troubles, nice. Then we'll go to Alpin. Like, needs, so trees defaced, so withdrawals are crazy, but... So we get, obviously, the +2 for having the cows. We get +4 for having defeated the mech cluster. And because... So all our unplugging of the trees and whatnot that you ye-sayers have been saying about, look, +4 because you walked among many trees. That's why we've been removing them all and putting as many around our base as possible. But we're going to have to talk about the amount of loving that Alpin is getting in this colony because, geez, he goes hard in the paint. Right, so they'll go around the top of the base, which isn't ideal because I just don't like... Saying that, the bugs should then get aggro and run this way. So maybe we don't even have to... I'm hoping they don't come for our walls. Please don't come for our walls. Nothing's open, but they are ultra concerning me with the pathing that they are taking. Why are they... Please. Oh, God. If you got to this part of the video, leave a like, leave a sub, leave a comment. And I'll catch you next time, party people. Bye.